I shared with my boys one time. I was in Shawnee, and the guy called me up early one morning, and I got a call about 5 o'clock in the morning. Said, "Is this Jimmy Anderson? Or are you the missionary?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "There's a guy in the hospital here at Shawnee. His wife just died. She got accidentally shot in Holdenville. They took her to the hospital, and she passed away." Said the husband has just gone berserk. He's down in the restroom, down in the first floor, and nobody can control him. Could you come? See, he's a Creek Indian man from Holdenville. So I said, "I'll be right there." So I got up about 5:30, went to the hospital, found him. He was in the restroom, and he had his face in the corner. He's just sobbing uncontrollably. Nothing you can say at that moment. I just put my arms around him and just held him. About 10, 15 minutes till he kind of got control of himself. And then he told me, he said, "Brother Anderson," he said, "I can't drive home. Can you take me home? Because I've got 4 children back home, and I got to tell them that their mom just died. Can you drive me home?" I said, "Okay." We drove all the way down here to Holdenville. It's about 4 miles north of Holdenville. Came to his house, and there was a little shack there, just a little feather bed and a wood floor, and the 4 kids there. And we had to tell them that their mom died. And it was just before Christmas, 1st of December, I remember. And I thought, oh man, Christmas time, and their mom just died, and had to tell those kids. And it was about that time, some lady in another state sent me a letter, and in there she sent me about $75 as a mission gift. God put it in my heart, take that money and you buy groceries and presents, fruit, and so on for that family. So that's what I did. I brought 3 of my boys with me in the car. We came out and I took her there, and I went to the house. And I told them, I said, "I got a bunch of stuff out here for y'all." And so, boy, those kids come running out. They were unloading everything. And, boy, even before they got into the house, kids were getting into the oranges. They was eating juice running down there. They was loading this. And, boy, they were just so happy with getting all those stuff in there. And as they unloaded those stuff, I was going to pray with them before I left. But just before I left, one of those little boys come and he grabbed my pants leg, and he looked up at me, and he said, "Thank you, Santa Claus." I said, "Oh," I said, "Son, I'm not Santa Claus." But I told him, I said, "If I was, I think I'd know how you'd feel." So I prayed with him and got in the car with my boys, and we went down the road. About 100 yards down the road, I remember I stopped, and I turned around to my boys, and I said, "Now, boys, what you saw back there, that's what I do. I'm a preacher, and I'm a missionary. Sometimes I see people die. Sometimes I go into jail cells. A lot of times I'm in the hospital. I see people hurting. What you saw back there is a family that just, their mom died, and it's Christmas. But what I do is I'm able to give hope and assurance and maybe some help to somebody that really needs encouragement. So, boys, that's what I do. I'm a preacher and a missionary, but I want you to know I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm glad I am who I am, because I'm able to give hope to somebody that has no hope.